have a lecture at 3:30 so that I can finish this class and the other one. I hope I will. Otherwise, they will be disadvantaged with regard to the quiz on Friday. Okay. We are going to look at the major features of both the external surfaces as well as the internal surface features or surfaces of the rumen. Remember, we said that the bovine animal or ruminants have a very well developed forestoma. Very well developed forestoma. And what are the components of the forestoma? The rumen, the reticulum, and the omesum. Okay? Please put this together so that I can use it. Okay. Alright, let me wait for her. I don't want to disadvantage her. Thank you very much. Okay. So, the rumen, the reticulum, and the omesum. Whereas the true stomach is the abomesum, which is that there. Right? Let's look at the forestomach first. We said that it has a dorsal curvature, a ventral curvature, a caudal extremity, and a cranial extremity. A parietal or left surface, a visceral or right surface. Okay, now let's zero in on the surfaces. Running across, but not necessarily straight, the left surface, you have that groove there, running that way, that way. That is the left longitudinal groove. On the right side, but not as distinct as the one on the left, you have the right longitudinal groove. Right longitudinal groove. And note that both grooves, right and left longitudinal, meet caudally, transversely, to form the caudal transverse groove, and similarly, cranially, to form the cranial transverse groove. Therefore, the longitudinal as well as the transverse grooves divide the rumen into a dorsal compartment and a ventral compartment. The dorsal being the dorsal sac of the rumen, and the ventral being the ventral sac of the rumen. Okay. And the dorsal sac of the rumen has that cul-de-sac or blind ending area known as the atrium of the rumen, atrium rumenis. Similarly, the ventral sac has a cranial blind ending area broader than the atrium, and that is known as the ruminal recess or recessus ruminus. Is that okay? Right. Between the dorsal sac of the rumen and the reticulum, you have that groove known as the rumino-reticular groove. Now let's look at the left surface a little bit more. Left longitudinal groove, about midway the length of that groove, you have a small groove running in a caudodorsal direction, and that is that one there. That groove there, known as the left accessory groove. But note that the left accessory groove disappears there, about that level. Caudal to the left accessory groove, you have two grooves arising from the left longitudinal groove. One is dorsal, the other is ventral. The dorsal one is known as the left dorsal coronary groove, and the ventral one is known as the left ventral coronary groove. Is that all right? Okay, now let's look at the right side. As we said, the right longitudinal groove is not as well developed as the left. But leaving that groove, you have this not very clear here, but it is very well formed internally. You have the the right accessory groove running that way, and then coming back to the right longitudinal groove. Right longitudinal groove, left accessory, right longitudinal groove, right accessory groove, which along with the right longitudinal groove cuts off that island there, the insula romanes. Okay. Is that clear so far? All right. All of these grooves, except one, will be represented